Hi friends, this is Geeky Wiki. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have with me the Moto G4 Plus, and today I'll be showing you the OTG functionality for the same. This is the OTG tutorial. So this phone has a OTG support, and there are some prerequisites that are required for this tutorial. First is you will be requiring a USB OTG cable. This I have purchased from local market, but I'll leave you the link for other products on Flipkart and Amazon. For it will be easier for you. So this is a OTG cable, and then you will be requiring an app called as ES File Explorer. So just go to the Play Store and search ES File Explorer. I would prefer this because the phone's inbuilt Explorer app is quite tricky to use, but this is a great app and it's my personal favorite as well. So just go there and install and come back. Okay. The first thing that we are going to connect is a pen drive. This is not actually a pen drive but a SD card with an extension, but you can use a pen drive as well. So let's connect it like this, and the moment you actually connect it to the phone, this will give you a pop-up by ES File Explorer option. So you just have to click on OK, and then it will take you to the homepage screen, and in homepage screen there is a left ribbon. In the left ribbon you will have second option called as local. Just go to local, and in that you have USB 1002. There would be a number for the USB that you have connected. Just click on that and you have your OTG storage on this device. And for ejecting the same, you have to just go to the ribbon, and then right next to the USB 1002 you have this small little eject option. You just have to click on that and your phone has been ejected. So next in line is the WD My Passport Ultra. This is the hard drive which I have purchased from Flipkart, and this is not externally powered, so it uses your phone's power, and a lot of phones have actually failed to power this up, including Moto G 3rd generation, but the 1st and 2nd generation have successfully powered this up. So we'll just see whether this supports this or not. Once you do, there will be notification lights over here, LED lights blinking. That means that the device has been detected. And again, ES File Explorer pop-up. OK. Go to the app, left ribbon, local 1003. There you have your contents of your My Passport Ultra onto your phone itself. Okay. Again, for ejecting, just go to ES File Explorer, ribbon, eject. So it does support. In case it doesn't support, then you will have to buy a separate USB Y cable and a 2 amp charger. That's 5 volt 2 amp charger. Most of the MI phones actually have the 2 amp output, so you can use that with this if it doesn't power. Okay. Third thing is an interesting thing. This is the eyeball combo. It has multiple USB ports over here, and then it has micro SD support and the SD support here. Okay. So if you are traveling and you have your photos or your data or your videos on your SD card, you can just put the SD card over here, vacate it, and then you can just transfer it to your pen drive using the OTG cable, and this serves a purpose that you don't have to transfer your photos and videos from an SD card to your phone and then to your so you can actually you are actually bypassing the phone by using the phone itself. Okay. So next is our USB keyboard. This is the normal USB keyboard. Again, this is not battery powered, so let's see whether this is able to power this or not. Just put it inside, and we'll just check whether it has been detected or not. Just place and unlock. Yes, as you can see, the LED is blinking. That means that it has been connected. There is also a notification out there, select keyboard layout, but we don't have to do anything about it. Just get rid of the notification, and we'll type something just to check whether this has been working or not. Okay, just go here. We'll just type a message. Hi. So as you can see that this is working. This is okay. So for removing the keyboard, just remove this. Okay. So you can also connect a USB mouse to this phone. I don't have a mouse right now and it has malfunctioned, so I'll be showing you the demo in Moto G3 in my previous video, but it works on this, and that is for sure. Here we have your USB mouse. This is not Bluetooth powered, by the way. It is a normal USB mouse over here. So let's just plug in. So we have connected our USB mouse, as you can see, and left click, home, browser, home, messaging, home. So this pretty much works. Then these are some of the USB things that I have brought from Flipkart just for demonstration. I'll just show you. This is the USB light, and this is the USB fan. You can just connect it. The USB fan. I'll leave the links in the description box. You can just check it out if you're interested. And this is the USB fan. This is the USB fan, and it works. And then there is a USB light as well, which I have brought from Flipkart. Again, this is just for I have a power bank, so, and there is a lot of power cut these days, and that too in summer season, so I brought this. So this is DGB, and it has a self touch button over here. So let's see whether it, yeah, this is, so it's like this. Okay, so this is some fancy stuff that I'm doing. You can also connect this joystick to your phone, but I don't know what the problem is, but it is not been detected by any phone. So there's a problem with this joystick. This is a new joystick, by the way, and so I'll have to return it to the seller. Okay, so next in line is my DSLR camera through which I am recording this video. This is the Canon 600D. For this you will be requiring the connectivity cable for your Canon. This is the mini USB, not the micro USB, by the way. So just ready inside. I'll just have to record the video using my phone. So I will just change the mode. This is the camera, and here you have the mini USB female input. So we'll just put it inside. So as you can see that the moment I have connected, the screen has changed, and there is a notification in the phone itself, as you can see. We'll just open with Helicon remote. You can download the Helicon remote app from the Play Store, and just click on Helicon remote and click just once. So live view is off, and so that is how you connect your phone to the camera. I have an in-depth video of it, and the link of it is mentioned in the description box again. If you're interested in connecting your camera to the phone, then you can certainly go through that. So I just hope that this tutorial is useful for you. So this will help you in unleashing the full potential of your phone. So if you like this video, just share it, like it, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.